Hello, thank you so much for joining us. This is Thursday's edition of Business Nigeria. These are the stories we are tracking for you at this time. Federal government declares tax exemption for oil and gas industry. BoI to disburse 1 billion naira single-digit interest loans to manufacturers. Asian shares retreat from 32 months high. Japan rallies. On the show today, we will start with the resumption of Emirates flight. Yes, they are back to Lagos after 2 years. Flight operations resumes now. The airline returned to Nigeria, and this follows its earlier announcements to resume operations after resolving a 2-year break caused by concerns over trapped funds in Nigeria. On the flip side of the show, we won't be analyzing President Bola Tinubu's speech. I'm sure you've seen that speech. He said the economy is undergoing the necessary reforms and retooling to deserve a better, more sustainable economy. Well, we'll talk about that on the other side of the show. Some stories making headlines around the world of business before we get to our discussion. The federal government has introduced tax exemptions on key energy products and infrastructure, as well as fiscal incentives for the upstream and downstream sectors. The move, the government says, is in determination to ensure a boost in the nation's upstream and downstream sectors. The Director of Information and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Finance, Mr. Mohammed Manga, in a statement described the fiscal incentives as groundbreaking concessions aimed at revitalizing the industry, including Value-Added Tax Modification Order 2024 and Notice of Tax Incentives for deep offshore oil and gas production, in accordance with the Oil and Gas Companies Order 2024. According to the statements, the VAT Modification Order 2024 introduces exemptions on a range of key energy products and infrastructure, including diesel, feed gas, liquefied petroleum gas, compressed natural gas, electric vehicles, liquefied natural gas infrastructure, clean cooking equipment. This designed to lower the cost of living, restore energy security, and accelerate Nigeria's transition to cleaner energy. The Bank of Industry has announced plans to disburse loans up to 1 billion naira to 140 manufacturing companies across the country under the federal government's 75 billion naira manufacturing sector fund. The managing director of the bank, Mr. Olasupo Olusi, made the disclosure at the bank's inaugural annual public lecture series in Abuja. He explained that the loan is aimed at fostering production, ensuring economic growth, and boost job creation. The director said about 140 manufacturing companies will receive loans of up to 1 billion naira at single-digit interest rates. According to the BoI boss, the bank has disbursed more than 77 billion naira in loans to almost 1,000 MSMEs across various sectors of the economy. Meanwhile, the federal government, through the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, has secured a $200 million financing facility with the African Export-Import Bank to support the growth of the country's creative industries. Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Annatu Musawa, disclosed this in a statement through our media aide in Abuja. The minister said the partnership with the African Export-Import Bank is a crucial component of the 2030 vision and one of the ministry's ambitious goals for the creative economy. She emphasized the critical role of global partnerships in driving the country's vision forward, stating that the Destination 2030, Nigeria Everywhere, is the ministry's roadmap to transforming Nigeria into a global cultural powerhouse, while calling on all stakeholders to invest in the vision. President and Chairman of Afrexim Bank, Professor Benedict Orama, announced the partnership in New York.